So, Big Jick's family was surprised that Biden showed interest in it and wrote them a letter that they read out loud at Big Jick's funeral. AK-47 is talking about this right now. I never thought I would see a lot of things tie in together on a YouTube channel, but if you think about it, it's really possible because human individuals talking about different things affected by something. If you want to say this affects you, or if I should be worried about only things that affect my life, what about the things that affect people that are not interested in the same things? Is it possible that a King AK-47 or a Joe Baker or Mike Winters would be on the Crucible or something, or get interviewed by Praise of Folly Todd Lewis or something? Because I can't even think of good questions to ask a Todd Lewis or something. But God is mysterious. It's not what I think is going on until I notice it. And that's if you're keen on enough to. And I still don't know what that is, because I'm talking about events going on in Memphis and events going on in Fulton County as if they have some kind of correlation. That obviously is a big blank space in my head where you can make up anything. Right now, the Crucible and Todd Lewis both talk about interesting subjects like Anthony Sutton, which I couldn't even tell you. Anthony Sutton is like, he seems like an author who was involved in a lot of the supply chain for planning and the best laid plans of mice and men for what the United States is, as far as like it's shoring up its influence and its hegemonic power. But I mean, I could be misconstrued because, just like Ayn Rand or somebody, Anthony Sutton was considered to be, debunked and everything. But Charlotte, even if he was a charlatan, because charlatan magic is relevant. So, but I'm not saying he is. I don't think he is. But how can you say that debunking somebody, he's not going to incriminate the Rothschild in funding the Bolsheviks revolution, or not the Rothschild, the Wall Street. The Rothschilds, I think, may not be as powerful as we think they are because of Hitler was not supposed to invade Hungary. And when he did, they took a 40% decrease. They got burned, their estate, their properties, their estates. They were burned out of almost like being on a competitive level with all of the other aristocrat, industrial dynamos or oligarchs or whatever you want to call them, the DuPonts or the Kennedys or something like. Before you get to that level, there's all of these other, it's not, I'm not saying in a sinister sense, because it's like the bubbles, like in the stock market or something. There's not that many. There's not that many large bubbles for you to, you know. There's all these tiny bubbles, and you can get rich, but those are like, or you can get burned or whatever. But those are the bubbles that we fuck with are really small. Like Amazon or something like that's the only bubble from the .com boom. If you got Amazon, all the other bubbles got eaten by Amazon. I'm not saying that people didn't get rich. It's just I mean, you can affect more capital and moving. I mean, it's not capital, it's potential capital. You can move around a lot of revenue without being rich yourself. I think that's easy for a lot of people. A lot of people's different experiences correlate to the same truth statement. Yada, yada, yada. And Shimo, yada. Where does this video start? Or I can't remember what it's about.